Hey guys, today we're going to learn about writing inequalities. An inequality is similar to an equation, except an equal sign we are going to be using symbols like less than or fewer than, greater than or more than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. I have this chart here at the top of the page to help you remember some of the key words that go with each symbol. The less than or equal to also has keywords like at most, no more than, or a maximum of. So if I were to say I have at most $5 in my pocket, that means I have $5 or less. If I said that I have no less than 3 cats, that means I have greater than or equal to 3 cats. Less than and greater than, those do not have a little line underneath it, meaning that those are not equal to. So if I say in my refrigerator I have less than 10 cans of Coke, that means I would have 9 cans of Coke or less. Same thing with greater than or more than. If I told you I have more than 2 rooms in my house, that means I would have 3 or more rooms located in my house. Okay, and then the line underneath the symbol, that just means it could also be equal to. Now, when writing these inequalities, we're still going to use the same format, y equals mx plus b. Let's just review that really quick. Y stands for the total. M stands for whatever pattern you see. If you notice that a number is repeating, remember that x is called the variable, and the variable does not have to be an x, it could be any letter. It's an unknown number. And then the b, that's the number that happens once. It could be a starting value. Or beginning number, however you want to think of it. Now, the equal sign will not be an equal sign. It will be one of these inequalities listed over here. Now remember, inequalities is less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and then there's some keywords on this chart. So let's look at the first one. Jake wants to have more than $300. He already has $100 and plans on earning $30 for every yard that he mows. Let's write an inequality to find out how many yards he must mow to have more than $300. Now, let's slow it down and highlight the important information. He wants to have more than $300. He already has $100 and then plans on earning $30 for every yard that he mows. Write an inequality so we know it's not equal to, or it won't be an equal sign, to find how many yards he must mow to have more than $300. Alright, so let's identify the total first. He wants to have a total of more than $300, so total is 300. The pattern or the number that repeats. He already has $100 and plans on earning $30 for every yard that he mows. The repeating number here is 30 because he is mowing several yards. For every yard or each yard, that tells you it repeats. And then the number that happens one time, well, or that it's starting out at, he has $100. So that's what he's starting with. Alright, let's start writing our inequality. So the total is going to go by itself. This is not an equation, it's an inequality. So I usually like to put a box here. That tells me I need to come back to it because I'm not really sure which way our symbol is facing. So we've identified the total. We don't know about the symbol. Now on the other side of the inequality sign, this is how much money he is earning or has. So we got to keep this in mind. The earnings are on the right side. The total money is on the left. So 300 is our total. Inequality symbol. MX. So the M is what's repeating, and that would be $30. And I'm going to use the letter Y for yard. And then he already has a starting value of $100. So his earnings, or how many yards he must mow to be more than $300. His earnings need to be greater than the $300 total. So our symbol will look like this, where every yard that he mows and all the money he's making needs to be greater than, the alligator is going to eat that side, greater than the total of 300. Let's try another one. The 45 members of the Spanish Club are trying to raise $6,000. So they are wanting to raise $6,000 so they can compete in a state championship. They already have, so they're starting off with $1,240. What inequality can you write to find the amount each member must raise on average to meet the goal? So they do want to meet their goal. And now that they mentioned members, I'm seeing that there are 45 members. Okay, so we need to decide what is our total. The number that's repeating or has some kind of pattern. And then the starting amount. Alright, total. They want to raise $6,000, so that's the total amount of money they're wanting. So we're going to put $6,000 there. Repeating. We know there's 45 members. They already have $1,240. Each member must raise, each member. So I'm seeing the keyword each member here. Each is one of those repeating keywords, okay? So since the members are repeating, 45 is our repeating value. And then the starting amount, we know that they already have $1,240. So let's write our inequality. Their total is going to be on one side. Remember, the box will stand for which way our inequality symbol faces. And then their earnings will be on the right side. If they want to raise $6,000, that means it could be equal to, their earnings would need to be greater than or equal to the total amount that they want. So let's look at 6,000. Well, we already know our symbol. And then the earnings, well, M is going to be the repeating number, 45 members. And they're each raising hopefully the same amount of money, M for money. And then they had started off with $1,240. So there's our inequality. Let's try one more for practice together. Jace has $40 to spend at the state fair. Admission is $6 and each ride costs $3. keyword, each ride is $3. Write an inequality to find the greatest number of rides he can go on. Okay, so he has a total amount of money. Inequality symbol. He's going to start writing some rides. The rides cannot be greater than the total amount of money that he has. Once he spends $40, he's done. So he could spend exactly $40. He could spend less than $40, but his rides cannot be greater than. So the alligator is going to face away from the rides. So let's identify the total, the number that's repeating, and the one-time starting amount. The number that happens once. Alright, total. He has a total of $40. Admission is $6. So to get into the fair, you pay a $6 fee, and that $6 fee only happens once. So I'm going to say that the $6 is the one-time number. And each ride, so this keyword each tells us that the rides is what's repeating over and over, and that's going to be $3. So let's start writing it out. 40 is the total. And then MX, so let's see, 3 is the number that's repeating, and I'm not going to use X, I think I'm going to use R for rides. And then the one-time fee of $6. And again, the rides and what you spend can't be greater than your total money. So it's going to face the other way, but you could also spend exactly $40. So that's why we put the line underneath it. Alright guys, we did a few examples together on how to write inequalities. Don't forget these keywords. In an inequality, we use less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. It's much like writing an equation like we learned before, except we're not using an equal sign. Thanks for watching.